So what is that one lesson that you have learned?
What is interesting is when you provide a service, how to charge, I've learned in my life. Second one is that never ever depend on. I started thinking that I'm not telling you to do, I'm leaving this company, I'm looking for a job. I find
So you have been in this field for 50 years. So what is that one lesson that you have learned?
what is interesting is when you provide a service, how to charge for the service with your experience is a lesson I've learned in my life. 15, 20 years back, if you asked me to do a service, would have been a tremendous service I would have given with my best ideas. I may not have charged you the right fee. So what is important is before you take up a job, understand what is the professional work to be done and charge the right fee is the most important lesson I learned in my life. Previously, I used to think when we do audit, the audit also includes consultancy. That's the biggest mistake I used to do. So, whatever the extra service people come to you for advice or consultancy, I feel that it's part and parcel of the audit service. Then I realized it's a different specialized service with your intelligent knowledge and experience. You're going to advise to them. So initially 15, 20 years back, instead of charging 50,000, I was charging 5,000 by mistake. Then I started analyzing and then started writing back to the client. I would like to charge $50,000. I want to get in an agreement with you. They've accepted it. Then I realized that this is the biggest mistake most of the professional people do.
Exactly.
Which I was also doing. So the lesson I want to tell any profession for that matter, whether you are a doctor or a lawyer or an accountant or an architect, if you have talent, capability, can perform, and you are doing with a big client, tell them in advance. It's not that you finish the work and go say that I'm going to charge 100,000. Put it in writing, this is the work involved, and my fee is going to be 100,000. He will certainly accept, and then you have not underbilled yourself.
Understood. This is a big personal lesson for me actually, sir. Actually, we do branding and lead generation services and we predominantly work with doctors. So we over deliver. Always we over deliver. And there is always a gap between lead generation and conversion, because we will provide quality leads, but the frontline people who takes the leads and talks to the patients or prospects or clients, they will not do the right job. So there will be always a gap between the lead generation and the conversion. So we analyzed what exactly is happening on the field. We understood the problem, that they doesn't possess that skill of conveying the right message in the right manner by not understanding the patients or clients or whomsoever it may be. So we developed a program and trained themselves without charging anything. But on its own, it's a business actually. So this is a very good insight that I have learned.
Now, second one I learned also.
Yes.
This is one lesson I've learned.
Yes.
Second one is that never ever depend on one source of income. When I started my practice, I started thinking that I'm not telling you to do two different business. Don't get me wrong. Say for example, you are providing corporate sector service. Don't go and try to write a software. It's a different field.
Yes.
It's an IT field.
Yes.
It's not corporate service providers field. If so many business people have come to me, knowing my intelligence, knowledge, capability, honesty and integrity, they always say, Mohan, become a partner with me. 25% I will give you. You don't have to invest. I was focused. I never thought that is not my cup of tea. My cup of tea is to do my profession. Do it well. So I never, like blinkers are put on the horses. I focused on my practice, see to that to develop it well and made it known. The second thing, as I was telling you, beyond charging yourself, is that have few more sources of revenue aligned to your business. Say, for example, when I started the corporate secretarial service business, most of the companies used to come from India and establish themselves, the company, and go. Then I started telling them, can I start writing your books for you? Then we started writing the books. Then I started doing the tax work for you. Then we did it. So after company and corporation, you've got corporate sectoral work, you've got bookkeeping work, then you got tax work. Then I said, can I do the immigration for you, work for you? Then I said, can I do documentation service for you? Do you know what is documentation? When you do import and export, prepare all the letter of credit, shipping document. So I engage respective staff who are capable in those fields. It is not that we made the existing staff to do that. I took a shipping clerk to come to my office, gave the appointment to her, take charge of the shipping documentation service. So then 1 became 2 and 3, because when the volume of clients increases, we started increasing. So what my point is, the same client who was paying me like $2,000 for my corporate sector services, each service I was charging 2,000 to 3,000 from the same client. By providing 10 different services, I was making $20,000 to $30,000 from the same client, and he was so happy. You know what? Because everything he will come back to me.
Exactly.
What is very more interesting thing, when he has developed his business in Singapore, when you want to start a business in Malaysia or Indonesia, he will ask me, can you come and set up a company for me in Malaysia, look after? Can you come and do it in Indonesia? So I started building up relationship with people, because everywhere you go, laws are different, rules and regulations are different, licensing requirements are different. So because it's a professional service, you are not going to do trading.
Understood.
So what I do is, I used to tie up with people. So when they ask, I introduce to all of them and tell them very clearly, I'm not expecting anything from you, provide a good service. Even for Singapore, lot of probe without charging. If they have legal issues, I tell them I'll introduce to lawyers. I used to find out if it is a very big case, which lawyers to go. If it is a small case, which lawyers to go. If you have to only just shoot out a letter so that the other man is upright, the legal notice has come, ready to settle you $50,000, I will tell him, don't worry, we are not going to proceed beyond this. We'll send a legal notice. If he says the money, close the chapter. So these are the type of additional services without charging. You advise the client, they are all happy with you.
Yes, they'll be retaining with you. Yeah, so there is no retention strategy beyond this. That's what I.
And I did a very fantastic job also. Lot of people in the accountancy profession, they come to me and say, I'm leaving this company, I'm looking for a job. I find replacements for them without charging any fee, even to them or to the company.
Okay. Out of goodwill.
Out of goodwill.
Understood.
So I built up a beautiful accountancy community who likes me because I'm so good to them, find a job to them. And even if they want to move from that company to another company, the call will come to me.
Okay. So 5 decades is not a joke actually. So 5 decades you have built a. Nobody in Singapore would have not known you.
It's an empire. It's an empire.
Understood. Okay. So, and you have, when you have control over the supply chain, then you will become inevitable, right? So, right from.
The same thing what happened in Nali's case.
Yes.
When he landed, he was about to look for a shop.
Okay.
One of the client came to me and said, I have a shop in Little India. Do you want it? I connected both of them.
Okay. Simple, very simple. How much
I also
commission you have
connect
avoided?
business people one to the other. So that, if you come to me and say, I'm looking for IT business, I said, I have 5-6 clients who are big in IT in your field.
Understood.
I will connect to them. I never worry about
connecting
myself. Will not be looked after because of this introduction.
Understood.
I always feel my strength is me. Nobody is going to deteriorate or reduce it. It's all in my hands.
Perfect.
One more very interesting, I want to talk about competition also. I always feel there is no competition in this world. If a job is given to you, you do it sincerely, do it fast, do it professionally with honesty and integrity. Nobody is your competitor. If you delay, you yourself your competitor.
Very valid point. So 3 insights.
Huh?
actually. So I asked for one, you have given me 3 insights actually. That's so generous of you anyway. And one more thing that I want to cover is uh, social proof. See, 50 years of service, you might have got some notable clients. Names?
Notable clients
Yes.
in Singapore.
Yes.
I've been to Singapore.
Yes.
I've been to Mustafa.
Yes, definitely. Who would not? Who would not? Every
Even in Singapore,
yes.
you go to a cab, you don't have to give the address.
Mhm.
He will not Google.
Mm.
Tell him Mustafa, he will drop you in Mustafa.
Exactly.
So, how Mustafa came to us is a very interesting story.
Mustafa is your client.
Yes.
Okay.
50 years we are doing the service.
Mhm.
From the time
Mhm.
the boss name is Mushtaq Ahmad,
Mhm.
he and me are the same age.
Mhm.
So, we have grown each other.
Mhm.
50 years back, he came to us
Mhm.
in a very small shop, then become the empire today.
Mhm.
How he came to us, very interesting.
Mhm.
I was having a bookkeeper in my office.
Mhm.
I was guiding him. I was just past CA and moved to Singapore, settled down. This man is under me and he's a bookkeeper only. He was writing books. Mustafa came to him and gave the books to him.
Mhm.
He was writing the books. He left us and started his own bookkeeping firm. He came to me and said, "Boss, I cannot handle this file. He's asking me a lot of questions. Can you take it up and advise him?"
Mm.
That's the way Mustafa came to us.
And that's nice.
Then I get to know each other, built up the relationship,
Mhm.
advised him over the years.
Mhm.
You should always think you have to grow.
Mm.
Success is a journey. I have seen people, business people also, when they see $1 million, they'll start thinking. They'll start walking upside down. They buy cars, houses, take away the money from the business. Business is ruined. So, success is a journey. So, don't set limit on your business growth. Try to expand as big as possible and keep on continue to the success story. There should not be any fallback or turn back. If you don't grow big, at least you are growing every year is important.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. For the past 45 minutes, we have been. So, the past 45 minutes, you have provided so many insights, and young entrepreneur or who have established in a. It will apply to anybody actually. That's how you have spoken and you have given your insights. All your 50 years of service is purely visible, and how energetic you are at the age of 75 is purely bliss, sir, actually, to watch. So it is my honor to have you on board for this podcast. Thank you very much for spending this time, this quality time that anybody can gain knowledge out of. So thank you very much, and we will have another podcast session. We will have so much interaction about AI and latest technologies. Definitely we will do that, and we'll continue, sir. Continue
Fine.
associate
இன்னொரு
with you.
விஷயம் சொல்லிட்டுமா?
Yes, please, sir.
சொல்லணும்னு நினைச்சேன்.
Mm.
The fees fixing.
Yes, please.
Okay. Now, very interesting story. I also want to talk about the.
Yes.
Recently, it has happened. So, I'm well capable to understand, determine the volume of work, and what should be the right fees to charge and everything. One of my clients came to me and said he's having a hotel. He said, "I want to sell the hotel for $80 million to a guy from UK." So, he told me the UK lawyers want to have these documents. Can you go through and represent me and see that the sale is completed? Looking into the volume of work and the time involved, I sent an email to say, I'm enclosing an agreement for doing this type of work which you have very clearly specified. Why I say agreement is that you have a template of agreement and all the work to be done, put it into that, so that tomorrow no one is going to say you charge so much, you are not covered this much of work. So the scope of work, objective of your engagement is to be made into the agreement. I gave him with $25,000 fee, sent to him. He was hesitant. He hasn't signed. He hasn't sent back to me. But one day he called me and said, the lawyers from UK want to talk to you and to me. Can you join the Zoom call? I know it is going to be a business for me because if I start talking to the other side, certainly they will be very much convinced with me because of my honesty, integrity, and my experience and all those things. So the London lawyers spoke to me, wanted to know what all I had done and what I'm going to do. I spoke to them very honestly and very clearly. I explained to them everything. Then I told him one thing very important. Please understand, when I do this transaction, don't feel I'm going to look after the interest of my client alone. I have to look after your interest also. If anything goes wrong on your side, it's going to fall on me. So I will act for you also with honesty and integrity. Rest assured on that. When I told this, the lawyers from UK said, Mohan, we want you to represent us also. We want you to do this job. The next day, my client is signing the agreement and sending back to the document.
That's the power of integrity and honesty, right?
Which you have to express also. You cannot go and say, you have to behave also.
Exactly, in reality, exactly, yes. Sure, sir. That was a very good story that you have told, and so many of us are just whatever is available in our side, this is what.
When I feel it is going to be wrong on the other side, I will tell them, you look into this side. Even if he's not going to pay the fees, I would have told the UK guy, please look into all these things so that you do a fair deal.
So always be honest to either side of the party.
Right. Thank you for spending time with me, and wonderful and very interesting, very useful questions you have put to me. Certainly, whether you come, the listeners who are going to listen to this podcast is not going to, whether they come to Singapore, set up a company or not, some valuable business lessons, lifelong lessons for professionals I have informed. If you follow that and adopt, you will certainly will do a good profession and going to have to expand your business successfully as you are looking for. Thank you for all the opportunity given to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.